Good morning. It's been a while. How have you been? Hmm. I just thought the other day, people kept saying, when are you going to go live again? So I thought, today would be a good day. I'm out here, clean shaven, with a shirt on. It's cool. It was only 24 centigrade last night. I left the AC on. The fan in the house works, but the compressor turns off. So just in case it was warm this morning, but it's nice. It's still nice this morning. I think it's like 25 out here now. Who's going to be the first to say good morning? Is everybody there? Is everybody okay? Any good mornings yet? The So I've been busy. I just wanted to apologize for any noise. Oklahoma. Hey, Roger. Just wanted to apologize for any noise. Remember that I told you the other day they're building the house over there? Good morning, Bruce, from Australia. Invictus, good morning. How's everybody today? I'm just going to wiggle the camera a little bit because I'm going to move my tripod just a shade up higher. Sorry for wiggling already. I should have had this set up. I said it, thought I was comfortable. Hey, Mitch, good morning. Thank you for being here. Hey, that's better. I don't have to crank my neck. I can hear nature. Yeah, that's the budgies behind you. The budgies are there. I missed everybody talking when I was. Good morning, Invictus. Bruce. Yep. Okay, I didn't miss nobody. So they'll come out here while it's cool. And say hi. I don't have any topics to talk about that are overpowering and burdenous that I have to talk about. That banging is them building the house across the road and down about 70 meters every day, but it's not too bad. I mean, they're building at a metal and tin roof, so you're going to have noises. So I tell you one little thing I've been studying just lately. Very difficult subject. I'll tell you how difficult it is. Years and years ago, I met a lady who was a nurse, and I talked to her, and I found out she was an endocrinologist nurse. And at that time, I was into bodybuilding. I never took steroids, but I was interested in the endocrine system and how it works. I thought, how to stimulate it and things like that, so everything's natural. And good morning from CDO Philippines. Good morning, Slim. And so I said to her, can you explain to me how the endocrine system works? At that time, I didn't know anything. And she says, oh, way too complicated to explain it. And I'm thinking, she just fluffing me off. Mandeno, Philippines. Okay, okay, that's a mouthful. But since then, over the years, I tried to understand it a little bit, but there's like this wall there. But over the last few weeks, I've been really trying to understand it more. And last night, I had a big breakthrough. I don't know why, I keep searching different terms, but nothing came up. But last night, I got some really good information. I did a search. I said, what's the difference between HGH, which is human growth hormone, and testosterone? What is the difference? Well, it works out there is a difference, but our bodies produce both. So you can say steroids are a synthetic version of testosterone. And what I've learned is they change one of the hydrocarbons or carbon chains in it, and it becomes a different chemical. But in the body, men actually produce and women produce testosterone. Good morning. There's a glare on my thing. Fender, fire. That's a little bit better. So women predominantly have estrogen, but they do have a little bit of testosterone. And apparently, uh, women have like 1% testosterone, like 99% or something like that. I guess it varies. But one thing I did learn is by listening to this one guy who has a clinic. He said he works with many different professionals, and what he learned was everybody is different. So while they say the upper region of a healthy male is around 12,000, is that milliliters per liter or something like that, around 12,000 or 1,200, sorry. Not everybody needs to be that high. So, I'm 63 next month, so obviously I'm in that category where hormones could be out of whack. And you know something? I didn't realize this, but people in their 30s, it could be out. 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and on. And even in their 20s, something can go wrong. So one of the suggestions that everybody says is get it checked. Costin, good morning. I'm just waffling along here talking. If somebody wants to talk about something, just pipe in. I'm just waffling along with no agenda other than to share information that might help somebody. But one thing I learned last night is, everybody thinks women don't have the problem, but they actually do. I listened to a gynecologist talking about, he's a medically trained doctor who specialized in gynecology and did not know women can have hormone problems as well. Hey, Bruce. Joe Rogan swears. Yeah, 100%. I'm learning more and more. And, it's not something I'm not been that interested in the past. I'm not into drugs in any way. Even when I did bodybuilding for over 20 years, I didn't need to use anything. I was growing naturally. Bro Brian, good morning. And, but this is the key thing. I'll just say a couple of things and I'll get off the topic. Yeah, I do. I've seen his show. I've seen many people talking, but I do watch Joe Rogan. Sometimes, not every show, because sometimes he winds me up. Irritating. But most of the time I do. He had a while where he was just antagonizing everybody, so I kept turning him off. But just lately I've been listening to him again. And but one of the things that everybody says is, if you're not confident and not feel 100%, go get your blood work checked. He says it can take costs from $100 to $200 to get it all done, and they'll test your lifting runs in my family. Just whey protein and good diet, all you need. Yep. But if you go get your blood checked, and they'll check the testosterone levels, and apparently I'm not a leading consultant on this, so just do your research, but I'm trying to help. You can get your blood tested for your levels of testosterone, and they should be around, from what I understand, between around 800 to 1,000 something, but it can vary. But some people get theirs checked and are down in 100. And when it's really, really low, you have all kinds of things that are disturbing you. Like your emotions could be wrong. You could be putting on lots of weight. You're not sleeping. You feel like anxiety feelings. All kinds of different things affect your mood. No energy, achy bones, all kinds of things. That's why I started studying it. And very, very interesting. This time of day, where is Sugar? Sleeping. She'll be around the back in her bed sleeping in the laundry room. Normally she won't come. Here's the thing, if I come out the door to leave the house and get in my truck and drive off, right, she will be out here looking for her treat. And I bought her treat because I know she'll come out at some point. If I'm leaving to go somewhere, she'll meet me within 15 feet of the door. But if I'm just hanging around in the garden, she don't move. Somehow she knows. So, but what this gynecologist said, male gynecologist said, he found out about his testosterone levels. So he found out there was another gynecologist treating ladies for hormonal imbalances with a tiny tablet. And within days, it makes a vast difference. So he got his wife checked, and her hormone levels were all over the place. Everything was like scattered. So they got her on this treatment, and he said within like 1 or 2 days, everything changed. Just within 1 or 2 days, everything changed. He said before they were on the verge of splitting up, and after that, Mike, sure. Okay, thank you. The so even he said that they were on the verge of splitting up, and they were always arguing. There's no intimacy, no cuddling. It was like trying to make love was like he said vaginal dryness and no response and all kinds of things. And when she started taking that tablet, within 2 days, everything changed. So it's something to look at. Interesting topic. So I can go on a little bit more, but no need. I just wanted to share that with you, thinking that, but I'm probably going to make a video in the next few days, and then in the description, I'll leave all the links so you can go find out for yourself if you're interested. But it's, one of the things that affect it a lot is, when you drink a lot of beer, when it's digested, it turns to estrogen. So it can push your hormone levels down. So it's something to think about. Okay, guys. Nobody wants to talk? Oh, here we are. In the 50s, they gave wives heroin. PMT, doctors are repeaters soon found their wives were junkies. Yep. I can't remember years ago I watched a little documentary about who are beginning to prefer things like CBD gummies. Good job. Yep. I forgot what I was going to say there. Slipped out of my mind. Yeah, so the good thing is people can Kevin's not a druggie. Yeah, expat Asia. Yeah. I'm not into if I wanted to do drugs, it's easy enough to get here, but I don't need that stuff. I'm happy as I am. Pottering about in my garden, going off making videos. I make the videos because I'm interested in seeing what I'm looking at. So I should share it with you. The photography nut loves to video everything, so I'm not saying anything about drinking or anything about recreational drugs or any drugs. It's not my business because I just choose not to be involved in it. I've been like this all my life, not interested. Same as tattoos. I don't know why, but when I was in the green clothes, you go out for a beer with the guys when you're young. And they go to the tattoo shop. Come on, Kevin, get a tattoo. I'm like, why? And I look at all the different tattoos they had, and I'm like, I don't see anything that's like, even as a young guy, I don't see anything jumping out that says, oh, I have to have you pinned into my body. I said, nope. I guess I'm just a free thinker, and I think for myself. But if I want, I talked vaguely about this the other day, that the reason I don't have a lot to do with my neighbors is because they participate in recreational tablets. Trying to talk a little bit coy there. And I don't need any of that stuff. I don't need the side effects. I don't need any of it. Not interested. I know what I was going to talk about. What's going on here in the morning? Bro Brian, they're building the house over there, making a little bit of noise, but it's okay. The birds are eating, so they're happy. Bruce, grow your own, yeah. Have you heard about any expats leaving because of the new requirements? Nope. I haven't heard anything about anybody leaving. Are you still going to build? Soon, yeah. I said yesterday in the video yesterday, I'm going to build a tree house as soon as the exchange rate sorts itself out. Otherwise, I'm going to lose a lot of money trying to move my money here. Here's a different ball game. I use both, but I prefer one or the other. Should feel comfortable there. Choice. Luderum. What is luderum? Never heard of it. Love is the drug. Yes, love is the drug. That's right. A little bit of love goes everywhere. Amazing. God's plant. Adventure Pattaya, going to Thailand on Wednesday, huh? Cool. Very good for you. Hope you enjoy. Okay, don't know what that is neither. Yes, love is excellent. Hard to find real mutual love. People should stay off social media. Yeah, here we are on social media. I know what I was going to say is, years ago, well, it's not, there's so much ego and so much arrogance wherever you go, even today. I mean, if you just stop and watch how people talk, and people are full of themselves. But, I don't know when it was, in the 30s, 40s, 50s, women were frustrated. Men would do, they go to bed with each other. Men would do what they want. The woman wasn't satisfied. They didn't even know that woman could climax. And then the doctor had a clinic where he had guys who would bring the women off. And they kept coming back more and more. And that's how they started making these manual stimulation tools, a plastic replication of the male genitalia. But it just goes to show how, we're so slow in progressing, isn't it? It's so funny. So everybody does, we all need, like you said, who was it that said? Fire. It says we all need loving. Yes, we do. And just slow down a little bit. Give an ear. So if you're listening, listen. Don't talk over top of people. People want to talk at you, not with you. Sometimes people just want to talk. And I understand that maybe they don't have anybody to talk to. People breaking up because one person had single on their profile is ridiculous. Yep. I like this more honest form of social media. Yep. Yeah, I mean, if you look at my Facebook, if I showed you my Facebook, right? People who want to talk to me, like 0.5% guys who contact me through like YouTube on Facebook. Kevin and Gemma, good morning. Hope all is going well for you today. Yep, beautiful day here. Sitting in the shade, chatting to you guys. But I get contact all the time, hundreds, almost like 5 to 10 a day, women from around the world, Philippines, Thailand. Hello, how are you, handsome? Shut up. It's just plastic. You say all this plastic. What are you doing? That's why I'm happy here by myself. Forget that. plastic. It is true, Kev, that wherever you go, the locals insist that you intrude in the peace pipe. Or is that just a Vietnam thing? I'm not sure. I know I never had that. I don't know. Maybe I come from a different planet, but I've never had anybody offer me. I've had many times people when you walk by, they say, "Come and sit down and have a beer, drink some whiskey with me." If I drank whiskey, I'd one glass of whiskey, I'd fall over. But nobody's ever offered me drugs. Never. Thank you, Colin. Hope you have a wonderful day too. The birds sure are chirping. Yep, they're um, they're busy all day long. They're like that, just flying all over the place. I keep putting more and more um, places for them to land so they can fly from place to place. But you know, you've seen yesterday's video or the day before's video where I cleaned out the woods, so it was stuff growing everywhere, and I cleaned it all out, and it's nice over there. So I'm thinking maybe I'll be able to put the aviary over there. New one. Yeah, whiskey and beer, sure, in Thailand. Okay, Bruce. Owl. Hey, Kevin, good to see you on Sunday. Yep, I fed a lot of plants in Thailand with go Mitch. Yeah, I guess you get Mitch. I like that. Yeah, when nobody's looking, you into the plant, right? You know, I'm not being nasty, but my father was an alcoholic, and he would drink beer. He could drink whiskey like I would drink juice, right? I mean, like, and what's funny is he drank Seagram 7. I think it was called VOV something. I can't remember now. I was a young guy then. But I remember he would have like a small juice glass and he'd fill it like a half to 3/4 full. And he would drink a little bit and then go, I'm like, dude, that don't look good. Yeah. I don't know how some of that stuff, you smell it. It smells like rubbing alcohol or something that would clean birds off, bird or bugs off the front of your car. Yep, budgies are in the back. Yep. I love watching birds. The bird of prey's been sitting around the back a lot now. With the security camera, it's really cool because I can see him easy now. I was looking at the video the other day, and he obviously flew along the side of the house and then swooped in and sat on a bar underneath the back roof the other day. Sat there for about 3 or 4 minutes. So it was cool. No, I didn't see that about the elephants. That's sad. Yeah. That's sad, yeah. Sugar's sleeping in her bed. This time of day, she won't be around. She'll come out around lunchtime, 1 o'clock. Dogs, believe it or not, are nocturnal. They want to be awake at night. So she'll wander around with all her friends at night. And sometimes I'll come out here. Usually I'll come out around 10, 11 o'clock at night before I go to bed just to say, good night and give her a treat. And she'll fuss with her for a little bit. Sometimes she's not here. She's gone wandering around. She wanders away. Duram's here. Good morning, Duram. Did I miss your Sugar's free range dog? Yeah, she came here by herself, and I never tried to lock her up or give. The only time I gave her a flea collar once, but that didn't last 5 minutes. But she came here many years ago as a puppy from down the road. Down the road got 3 puppies, and they kept coming down here, and I kept taking them back, and they kept coming, and I kept taking them back. In the end, I told the owners, and they just says, "My belay," which is whatever. It doesn't matter. Anything doesn't matter. So I just stopped, and in the end, 2 of them used to come a lot, and then when Sugar got pregnant, um, she chased the other one away. Now she's here by herself. She lets the other one come down here now, but he's too scared. The male, he's too scared. Her brother, who lives down the road, but she won't let any other dogs come in the garden, which is a good thing. You know, I feed her. She stays here all the time, but she just goes where she wants, when she wants. One thing about Thailand, people don't mess with your dogs. They don't hurt dogs. They don't throw things at them or anything like that. Well, I retract that statement. Not that I've seen. James? James, you're late. Where you been? On parade. I was late too. You know why I was late? I said to Mitch, I'll be here at 10 o'clock. I was here at 1:15. You know why I was late? Because I couldn't find my little tripod that my phone's sitting on. Oh, working. Okay, I'll let you off, James. Yes, if you're on a scooter, the soy dogs will chase you for sure. You know what I got though? I got I bought a little torch, little flashlight. It's like a little square thing, and it's got the zapper on it. And if you're walking down the street, I just keep it in my pocket. Don't turn it on. Normally, if you're walking, the dogs don't bother you. But if you're on a scooter, or if you're walking near one of their houses or something, they'll get a little bit excited. Actually, when I used to walk into town, into the village, they'll bother me. But I started carrying that in my pocket, and when they get close, you just turn it on and go, eh. And just the noise makes them run. They're like, stop, you do it, and they'll run off. They don't like the noise. So it works. I wouldn't like to hit one with the electric charge. Thank you so much. That's nice of you. Fenrir, asking people to give me a thumbs up. That's very kind of you. Yeah. I agree, James. I've been thinking of that myself. Be careful, because I'll zap myself. Yeah. Yeah, they're not expensive. Depends on which size you get, but the one I got was real small. I just fixed it in my bag. It's about this wide, this tall, about this thick. Little tiny cable. You charge it up, and it acts as a torch flashlight too. It's really cool. So it's bright, little LED thing. So if you ever need it to put a key in a door or walking somewhere, but if you need some protection at the same time, you just click it the stage further and you can zap it. Very cool. A nose itches. Am I going to get some money today or something? I can't believe I'm sitting out here with a shirt. I bought my little do-rag just in case, but it's not hot at all out here. It's really nice. Lori, good to hear you again. As usual, nothing to say. Come on, Lori. You know you got something to say. You know you got something to say. I haven't been on here for a long time because I had a spell where I was doing it every morning and I was enjoying it. But if you wanted to go out early in the morning, then I couldn't go. And to be here in the morning early is so you guys in the West can come on and watch. Yeah, you know how much that basket she sells it for? 200 baht, which is about, I guess, what, $5? $4 4 or 5 pounds, something like that. She says if you take, there's a gift shop, there's a temple on the main highway going north, and they have a big like a market area there. She says if you take it over there to sell, you can sell it for 500 baht, which is what, 10 pounds. That's now with the exchange rate, so that'll be like $12, $13 for that basket. But locally, you can only get like 200. But she says if you work hard for 2 days, she can make one. Great video, Kevin. I look forward to your posts. You are a really nice guy. Great personality. We need more persons in Kevin's in the world. Thank you so much, Roger. Very kind of you. Good night. Been up since 4 a.m. and it's 9:30. Catch you all next time. Good night, Lori. 4 a.m. Oh dear. Gotta feed the chickens. Looks like you have a nice breeze blowing. Oops, I lost you. My bad. Fat fingers. James. Yeah, there's a nice little breeze. It's coming from this way today, from the east, which is nice. I like it when it comes from the east, because if the farmers burn over this side, it blows over here. If it comes from the east, it pushes it away from me. The only problem is in the evening, this guy over here, he burns his garbage, and I get to smell him burning plastic. Welcome to Thailand. Grumpy old Kevin says, just leave me alone. I don't want to smell you burning. I don't want to hear your noise. I don't want to drink your whiskey. Just want to be left alone. You know what I told you earlier what I've been studying. I've been studying about male hormone, natural hormone levels, and female natural hormone levels. I've been studying about that. CTV is going very well. Yes, I was just saying, no pythons, no. I was actually out here last night, as I said earlier. I come out usually around 10 or 11 at night, give Sugar a snack, and fuss with her a little bit before I go to bed. She goes wandering around. And I was just looking where the python was last time. I was just looking, because it was just laying there like a hose, and I stood on its tail by accident. Got a little bit excited, but I managed to jump in the air so he didn't get me. But I haven't seen any snakes, but yesterday I seen the bird of prey out the back. He was sitting on a piece of bar that supports the roof, but just underneath the roof and then looking out. Sat there for about 3 minutes. The other thing I've been studying about is, my brain never shuts off, never. Even when I want it to shut off. That's one of the reasons I started meditating and mindfulness, trying to learn how to shut it off. Yeah, that python was beautiful. It's I've never seen anything like that before. And it was in here right in the garden, right from my front door, maybe 10, 15 feet. Beautiful, about so big around. It's I'm guessing close to 2 meters long. Beautiful. It was looking for a frog, probably. This time of year, there's a lot of frogs from the field sitting on the road at night, like a toad, big toad. But I haven't seen any snakes for the last few days. Actually, it's probably a couple weeks now I haven't seen a snake. Temperature here right now, in the shade, in the countryside with the breeze. I'm guessing it's around 25. It was 25 when I come out. It might be 26 now. Yeah, the other thing I've been trying to push out my head because my brain won't switch off. You know, you've seen videos about people walking across America or walking across Europe and things like that. I've been thinking about that. And, but you know, most of the time they'll have a backpack, and I'm thinking that's not going to be fun carrying a backpack like that. Then I've seen another young guy. He had like something, maybe it's not a pram, but it's like a modern thing for power walking for a baby. It's got two bigger wheels at the back and one sort of dolly in the front. And he put all his stuff in it and he pushed it across America. But then he had this big sombrero on because of the sun. I'm thinking, okay, that's cool. Barefoot Barry's here. 25 is 77, yep. You know, since I had that problem with the pump, he's not turned that pump on once. He hasn't run that pump once. But no, all the farmers aren't farming right now. There's one down there. Well, I'm guessing it's this farmer working down on another field, because when everybody's told not to burn, when everybody's told not to farm, he does what he wants. But in this area, if you can see it, he hasn't plowed the field. Nobody's doing anything at the moment. We're at Phillip Island, Vancouver, Victoria, about 20 C. But very windy. Cool. Yeah, so I was thinking about if you built something with bigger tires, with the same dolly thing at the front, but maybe a roof over top of your head to keep the sun off and the rain off. You could put a solar panel on top, one battery, small inverter, USB, so you have a map from your phone, right? You could put water in it, you could have some food in it, a little gas cooker in it. And you could, if you made it so it's like a box where you could slide in it, you could actually sleep inside it. How cool would that be? I was thinking of drawing a picture of it. That's my next project, just for fun. Drawing a picture of the concept that I have in my head. I'm not saying I'm building it, but I get something in my head. And XLI, I'm not sure what that means. Brother Brian, what does that XLNT mean? Excellent? Yeah, I just thought if you have a box, I just thought, excellent, okay, sorry, yep. And I mean, it just needs to be as wide as your shoulders, maybe 2.5 feet tall, just so you can slide in it. Yeah, so you slide in it and you can sleep. If it rains, okay. You just have to get off the main road, wake up in the morning, make yourself a little breakfast, have a wash, and start walking again. Because when you're out in the middle of nowhere, you know, you don't have to put a tent up. You don't have to unpack and pack again. James, was that the same group that was in the shacks in the field you have shown several times? The pump guide. The shack in the field was over by that big temple I was telling you about, in the fields next to that big temple. It would need a hole in the bottom for the toilet. Yeah. Sure. I mean, I don't know how tall to build it. Obviously, you got to think about weight because you're going to drag that thing. So, I've seen people, you know that plastic corrugated plastic, like cardboard, but plastic? I've seen people build like dome-shaped ones like that. So, you know, you could have a plywood bottom and then make it out of that cardboard. It'd probably be a little bit warm, but I guess you could probably make it double layered so it would keep the heat off you or something like that. But I guess you could have something for a pot. I'm not sure. I haven't thought that far. Good idea though, Barry. James, they're very fit and strong. The people who have a good one need some sleep. See you later. All the best. A white tarp. Yeah, there you go. You could just have a tarp. That would be light, yeah. Just enough to keep the water off you. Good idea. So you could make it out of a plywood bottom. Here you can buy like a mattress that goes on the floor. Make like a small aluminum frame and put the white tarp on it so there's no weight. Very good idea. Because you're going to go to bed when it's dark, or shortly thereafter, and you can wake up when the sun comes up, so you're not going to be inside cooking in the early morning. I'd imagine you want to wake up quite early so you can get walking for when it's hot. But I've seen many people doing it on the tube. If you had put some like a battery underneath it somewhere to keep the center of gravity low, and a little solar panel on the roof, and then you could wire a USB. Because I'm thinking, if you look at, okay, here we go. If you have a small roof coming across the top, and then built like a small barrier, and then like a little shelf, you could put your phone up there, and you could run a USB fan on you. So if you're somewhere where it's really super hot, you could have a USB fan to help keep you cool while you're walking. But obviously the idea is to keep it as light as possible. But you think if you're carrying a backpack, I watch these young guys have pots hanging off their back and all these different things. I remember in the green clothes days, that wasn't fun. But I think if you had it where you didn't have to carry nothing, I think the only thing you would make sure is you carry your wallet in your pocket. So if you went into a shop and somebody stole your stuff, but I guess you'd lock it, or anyway, don't need to think about that one, I guess. 19 viewing, 21 thumbs up. Thank you so much, guys. Anything you want to talk about, or you just want to listen to me waffling on? I thought, I'll come on here because people keep saying, when are you going to go live? When are you going to go live? So here I am live. So if you want to talk, now's your time. Wobble on. Wobbly on. Yep. The walking monk is a very interesting guy. Yeah. I mean, a lot of monks walk, but in the rainy season, they stay in their temple. Sail on, sailor. Yep. I think sometimes I think my brain is bothers me, but other than most of the time I'm thinking I'm blessed that I can think. A lot of people don't have the ability to think logically, clearly. There's people who get Alzheimer's and Parkinson's and all kinds of different things that distort the way you think. Can't think straight. Some people think as a child. Can't construct a sentence, but I'm blessed that I can all his worldly possession on his back. Yeah, yep. Homeless and walking. But it'd be fun. I think if you could probably, if you traveled around to another country, you could build it cheap. If you think you buy maybe buy a battery powered jigsaw, a sheet of plywood, and the rest of the stuff, I think you could build it with scissors and nails, and it won't take you long, and you'd have you could build it really cheap. But it gives you save if you're in the middle of nowhere, how are you going to find a hotel? And how far are you going to walk each day? I'm thinking when you first start off, maybe 10, 15 miles a day, doodling. And then you're going to get faster and faster and longer. So maybe you're doing 25 miles a day. Where are we? Barry says he's seen one where somebody pulled it behind his push bike. Yep. There was a guy in, I think in America, he's made many that you can pull behind your bike. And he actually built one around his bike, so you can, all over that plastic corrugated stuff. Any college in the UK? Many. I'm not sure what you mean, Kenneth. Degree college? Many, yeah. No live since June 12th. Sorry, Duram. Sorry, sir. Well, I'm here and nobody's talking. Schooling. I think the one I saw was fiberglass. Okay, cool. Fiberglass would be good because it would be a hard shell, but still light, right? I think he's asking about your IVI of education. What education I have? I have a Rad Rover. It's an electric bike with fat tires for the sand and rough road. It has electric assist, electric motor, 750 watts, and would get you to very near my village. No problem. Very good, James. Oh, what education do I have? In the nutshell, degree in vehicle engineering. That's a short sentence. I'm sure that is fine with the inclusion of your military experience. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know why. I just, the idea of traveling, moving along, seeing something fresh, that's what I like. I love the sound of the birds. Hey, Gary. Are you in Seattle area? Oh, okay. Would love to see a before and after video of Paradise. Seems is now attract a lot of wildlife. Yes, very observant. Devil. When I first moved here, there was zero wildlife. No butterflies, nothing. Because they sprayed everything with poison. The only thing that existed was these trees up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trees here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 trees here. A couple out the back in the woods. All the other plants, like all the hedge, the frangipani, flimflaw, the ferns, none of that was here. Grass, all burnt. Everything was burnt. It was like just imagine the sun burning it, just hot and dried out. And then as soon as something would grow, spray it with poison to kill it. So first thing I said, there's a guy here who used to want to come help. Bang, he's passed now. He's always wanted us. I said, don't spray on my garden. I had to get annoyed with him a couple of times. Oh yeah, a lot of work. Whew. Sometimes I just stopped for a week because it's just too much physically and mentally, thinking all the time. But nowadays I'm all right. I just do like 3 or 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours. Gary in Nangtong, cool. Let me know when you're there. I can meet you at Big C in Nangtong. I'll go there. I've been there for a week ago, I guess. I don't know. I used to go there about 2 or 3 times a week just to eat lunch, pick up a few things and come back. Angtong's about the closest place I can go to go inside in the AC and have something nice to eat that I enjoy anyway. I can go to the village if you want to sit outside in the hot and eat, but I don't want to do that. Except for the hedge needs trimming. Yeah, all the time. Hard work. Yep, I agree. It does need trimming. I mean, it can take me two, on average now, 3 working days a month to keep the hedge under control. I can do the front and the top in 2 days, and then trim up the rest on day 3. But I like it because it just blocks everything out. I don't have to look at nobody, and they don't look at me. Mitch, I think Kevin would love one to go to the local villages markets. Yeah. At this age, you have surpassed the average guy out there. Good job. Thank you. Yeah, in Thailand, I find, well, if you live in your own area, you don't necessarily notice the cultural influences, right? But when you move to another area, you see everything that's different. It's really easy to see the things that are different. So when I come here, one thing I notice is people of my age or people younger than me, so you could say like I'm going to be 63 next month. So even when I come here, I was I've been here how long? Almost 7.5 years now. So what was that? 55-ish when I come here. So when I was 55, I come here. People younger than me were acting older than me because the culture says this is the way you're supposed to act. And they sit and oh, it's too much. I'm my age. This is how things are. No, it's not. You can be anything you want to be. No matter where you live in the world, you can be anything you want to be. If you want to be old, do it. If you want to do things, then you have to find a way to get up and move. Wiggle your little bones. How did you meet Sugar? Sugar just came here. Many people, the police who I was friends with in the early days, they used to come down this road. They don't come down here no more. They used to come down here every day and stop and say hi and hang out. They always wanted a selfie. But she just came by one day and wouldn't leave, and that's it. But my point about the police told me I should get dogs. People say you have to get a dog. You have to get a dog. I'm like, when the dog wants to come here, it's welcome. And she came and stayed. That's how she got here. What is everybody talking about in Kevin's area? I think you're talking about electric bike. Is that right? Magnet tip for my drill. I got Andy sent me one a while back, so I have one. Thank you. I have one that came with a kit he sent me, which was very nice of him. What annual plants do you plant, or do you not do so? I plant, well, there's I mainly plant fruit trees, is what I mainly do here. As far as vegetables and things like that, the ground is not the best ground in the world, and it's just too hot. So I've got some, what are they called? Avocado trees. They don't like the direct hot sun, so I'm trying to find a way to let them have morning sun, but not heavy afternoon sun. So vegetables, I mean, some people could, but you have to spend a lot of time, and everybody wants to eat everything. So my main thing is I just plant fruit trees. I have banana trees, durian, jackfruit, mango, and other things too. When it rains, when in the rainy season, everything grows crazy. Rain, sun, rain, sun, rain, sun. You know, the rain brings nitrogen and other minerals too. So that, no, what I was talking about age was, remember earlier I was at the beginning I was talking about hormones. You know, male and female. You know, you have to be the. I said this so many times in different ways, but you have to be mindful of your own emotions, feelings. You know, am I feeling more run down than normal? Is my bones hurting? My joints hurting? You know, hair loss, skin dryness. There's many things. That's why I'm going to do a video about this, about hormones for people who. I'm not a doctor, but and there are some, but all the things I've learned, I think if I bring it together and just show you where I got my information from, then if you want to, you can go get some more advice or see a endocrinologist to help yourself feel better. You know, one thing I did find out that you know, our bodies make male and female make testosterone, and so it's a natural thing that your body makes. It's not a steroid. You know, the hormone is testosterone, but it can just fall off. I'm guessing that just a virus could cause it. You know, some kind of weird virus could touch one thing and that affects this, that affects that. You know, because you think about it. There's 13 different glands that produce and they produce many different hormones. And so testosterone is just one. And I watched a thing last night about how the chemical process of how your body makes it and how it uses it. I had to turn it off. It's like, what? All these Latin words, very complicated. But you can go see somebody and he can do it for you. Catch you most morning, first time logged on. I'm from Victoria, Australia. Glenn Jones. Rad Power Bike. They are really nice e-bikes. Rad Power Bikes. I'll look it up online. Thank you. My humble advice, don't change a thing. Sounds good to me, but Brian, Kevin, would Kevin, hi Kevin, would be interested in breeding the pitcher foliage plant. Would I breed the pitcher foliage plant? Could do. Could do. What is your thoughts on that? Blue zinc. The pitcher foliage plant. Interesting. I've seen if you remember, there's a crazy big garden out at, behind that big temple with a big, it's like a football field under a salang, and they have like a rainforest in there, and they have some pitcher plants, but not a lot. So I don't know if they grow well here. I'm not sure. Electric bike. Okay, I'll look at that. Rad bike. Excellent for avocado location. Yeah, I'm thinking one of the things about avocado is they say they don't like the direct sun too much because they'll burn. They burn the trunk, not the leaf so much. So I've got some now, they're like a foot tall. So they're coming on quite nice now, but they need to get in the ground or repotted. Stomach is doing good, much better. My stomach was up and down all the time, but it's much better now, and thank you for asking. Thank you, Kevin, for asking. Pineapples? Yeah, lots of pineapples here. What's this? I got a spider. Oh, get off. I heard that it's a difficult and daunting task. I think it, like a pitcher plant is probably the same as what do you call them? These guys. I forget their names now. What is it? Orchids. Similar to orchids, because orchids, they like what they like. They want the right amount of light, they want the right amount of rain or water, but you got to watch for bugs eating them too. So it's a kind of a daunting task. I had lots and lots of orchids in my shade garden over there, but some bugs got them, and I got like 3 or 4 of them died, and I got 1, 2. You can see over here, 1, 2, 3 left, and they've come. I got them to come back, so they're doing pretty good now. From Oregon, thank you for the videos and the positive message you send. Thank you so much. Very kind. I have to go to bed because some of us have to work tomorrow morning. Okay, James. All the best to you. Look after yourself. We all need to be more mindful and need to practice mindfulness. Yeah. Yep. You know what's good about mindfulness? It protects you from yourself, because your mind wants to go racing off in many directions. Okay, come back here, please. I want to go this way. So it's like, it's like taming a racehorse. The racehorse being your mind, you have to train your mind to say, nope, this is what I want to do. Good night, James. Yes, testosterone and estrogen, or estrogen. We both, male and female, we both have the same in different levels. But I just learned last night that women have testosterone, but like compared to men, hardly any. It's like 1% or less, or something like that. And again, it depends on the person, because it's not locked in stone for everybody. There's a range. But it's a interesting topic, very complicated topic, but interesting topic. And even more interesting is, which is hard about it, is finding the information to learn. Very difficult. We plan to stay in Thailand for 2 months in 2020. Would love to visit August, September. Okay. No problem. Good morning. Mad Badger. Good morning. Been a long time. Yep. Part of my daily mindfulness is to start the day with Kevin in paradise and a cup of tea. Thank you, sir. Complicated, yeah. It is complicated, but if you persist at it, like last night, I did a different search. I did a query was, what's the difference between testosterone and HGH? And I thought there was a difference, and there is a difference, but our bodies produce both. And testosterone, the body produces if you need to take, and testosterone is not a steroid. Testosterone is a natural product or chemical compound that your body makes in your own endocrine system. And it can cost like $100 a month. Well, here it's cheaper to get some replacement therapy. But I heard in America, if you could get HGH, which is different again, can cost up to $1,200 per month. What? It's a lot. Yeah, hormone growth hormone. Yeah. HGH, growth hormone. But our bodies produce both. So, but again, it's very complicated. And one of the best pieces of advice that somebody said, this is a guy, I'm going to make a video probably this week sometime, and I'm going to put all the links that I found in it, so you can go research for yourself if you want to. But the secret of anything is, any plan of action is to prepare yourself with information, right? So without information, you can't make a plan. So the idea is, how many times you heard me talk about health and mental health and physical health? So Eric Burge, thank you. Roger. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, probably that. Sugar hears me pick up my keys. Yeah. If I come out the house, usually within 20 feet of the front door, she comes walking around from her bed. Like, what? Where's my treat? Why are you going out? But if I'm just pottering about in the garden, she'll stay asleep. Good morning. Thank you so much. Rayo Divo. Cool. Okay, guys. Let me ask a question then to Mitch, my moderator. Do you want to go to bed, sir? Or are you okay for 5 more minutes? Well, we've been here over an hour, guys. So alcohol is bad for the brain. I'm great for another 5 hours or so. Bad for the brain and liver. Yep. The good I guess you could say you can do it. Mitch, where are you in the world? This is meditation for me, Kevin. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Yeah, so I'll end that topic about the hormone thing, but I'm going to do a little bit more research to try to make it for myself, because I want to understand the nitty gritties. I don't want to be a endocrinologist, but I want, it's like I said before. I remember I went to the hospital here about a year ago, and I thought I had something wrong with my urinary tract. So I went to see the doctor, and she said, you need to see a urologist. I said, okay. I went to see the urologist. He said, I want to check your prostate. So he checked my prostate, and then he started talking about he's going to put a camera up my digit. I'm like, dude, for real? He says, and it's cost about $8,000. Then we can do this, and then we can do that. I said, well, why don't we just wait for the test to come back? And because he also wanted to give me some drugs, right? Chemical medicine. He wanted to give me some. I said, you don't even have the results back yet. You don't know what we're dealing with yet. And he says, okay, well, wait. I said, good idea, because I wasn't going to buy the medicine anyway. Not until he's got his results. And he's like poking the dark, right? So anyway, the results come back. Guess what? There's nothing wrong with anything. All his tests, 0. So, I understand that, but you think, this is what I think. If you've been to university and you're a doctor and then you're a specialist and you're poking around in the dark and you have no idea, dude, when I was a teacher, I wanted to be the best teacher I could be. So when I had to teach electrics or electronics, I would research that subject, and remember, there was no internet back then. I would research that subject with all kinds of reference books until I was 100% sure I understood fully how something worked, right? Before I opened my mouth. And I'm thinking, if you've been to school studying at that level and you don't know what you're talking about, dude, you need to resign. Found a young pigeon on my footpath in the city. Last week. Put my hand down in front of him and he hopped on. So I brought him home and converted an old shed into a loft. He's very happy and friendly. Well, how cool is that, Barry? super cool. I'm in Western Washington. Cool. Outside Seattle. Been in the garden like you, Kevin. Cool. 2 out of 6 banana plants going okay. Good. You know, and the banana plants are a little bit funny sometimes. Even if they pass, sometimes a new shoot will come off. Going okay. The 4th, don't look good. The water and prayers, I guess. I named him Lucky. Yeah. Should name him Blessed that he met Barry. That's really cool of you, Barry. Well done. An act of kindness. What do you think? What do you got him some food? I guess there's food that pigeons will eat, huh? Reno, Nevada. Kenneth, cranberry juice helps. It takes many years to be a good, experienced doctor. Yep. Poking in the dark is the norm nowadays. Yeah. Or just give you some chemicals. You know, say, here, take this medicine. Dude, I'm not putting a medicine in my body to cause something else to go wrong when you have no idea what's wrong with me. And it turned out there was nothing wrong with me. So I've not had this situation one time. I have it many times. So you can tell in my voice, I'm a little bit passionate about it. Like, don't waste my time or money or hurt my brain. You know, I'm trying to think logically to find out what's wrong. I go to a consultant who's supposed to know what he's doing, and he has no idea. So needless to say, I won't be seeing him again. Kevin, there seems to be a lot of people moving around Paradise. You must have seen a big change in the area. Yeah. How can I put this politely? As I said at the big, earlier on, Thailand has its culture. I said this to you many times too. I was in Germany and I seen a German grandma out on the street, sweeping the street. Another grandma washing the bus stop outside her house. Right? That's German culture. People take care of all around outside the house. And I'm not German, but I do the same. Like when I first moved here, the road outside my house was dirt, mud. So on a heavy rain, there would be great old ruts in it. So I spent about 7,000 baht buying stones and laying them on the road from all the way down there to all the way up here, right? Why? Because I thought neighborly, I don't want to drive in mud. Maybe the others don't want to drive in mud. Well, people looked at me like I was crazy. I'm sure they were happy not to drive in the mud, but there's like, and the road has been not tarred yet out here, and I keep maintaining it. So you're playing with a different culture, not something that we understand. That's why I just stay on my side, and I'm friendly to those who want to be friendly. Pharmaceutical companies fund the universities, they fund the teachers. Yep. You agree, Mitch? Especially here in New York. I agree, Mitch. There's a book, I told you about this before. What your doctor doesn't know about nutrition may be killing you. I bought the book and read it. Very interesting. Medical doctor. His wife got sick. He couldn't treat her, couldn't get her right. Her friend gave her some nutrients. She got well in 6 months. So he went back to school to study nutrition. Medical doctor went to school to study nutrition because doctors are only given 2 weeks nutritional training. It's like, dude, really? But that's what they're trained. Like you said, pharmaceuticals control everything, right? Ken Barry, MD. Oh, I'll have to look at him. Thanks so much for your time, Kevin. I'm considering retiring in northern Thailand. I'm ready and been studying on it for 2 years. Pretty close to action items. Who's that? Roger? Cool. It's good sense to, the more you research, sometimes it gets boring and you keep doing it, but the more you research, the more you won't be surprised. But one thing I would say is, if you're a person who wants to have a hobby, like if you're an electronics guy, interested in electronics, or computing, okay, no problem. If you're into programming or something like that, you can get all that stuff, no problem. But if you have a hobby and you want to build something and you want a certain tool, it's super stressful, because tools are much better now than it used to be. When I first come here, it was a nightmare. But you talked about the magnet things for the screwdriver for electric drill. You still cannot buy them here. You still cannot buy them here. But if you're a person who likes watching TV or going for walks, doing something that you don't need to buy things for, then if that's your hobby, then you're good to go. But if you're a person who likes to tinker with your hands, then it can be very frustrating here, trying to get stuff. I've been trying to get some stuff for there's a battery, 18650. I'm trying to make a battery pack. Nightmare to buy the stuff I want. I've still been doing this for a year, still can't find this stuff. But if you just want to retire and put your feet up, chill out, Thailand's a good place to be. The last time I seen the monkey here, 7-8 months ago, he sat on the roof. I haven't seen him since. I've seen him about 3 times all total, but I haven't seen him for a long time. I can drive 15-20 minutes from here. There's a temple with lots and lots of monkeys. So when the older ones get older, the other monkeys kick them out the tribe. So pack, whatever, and they just start wandering around. So the same one, the older male, has been here about 3 or 4 times. Warlock, good morning. Oh, growing bananas. Yep. Blue Isaac. It's all about a book, right? One thing I think about the body is the books might say something, but emotions is the key to everything. I believe this because how many different emotions are there? Who knows, right? A lot. Every emotion creates a chemical structure. If you think 13 hormones, each producing more than 13 glands in the endocrine system, each one producing more than one, sometimes 3 chemical compounds, right? Different hormones. So if you have all these things in a 3D map and you look at it, it's just like the landscape is amazing. So, but each time you have a different emotion, you're creating a different chemical environment inside your body. So there's a lot of information to learn. So I think emotions are key, which takes you back to mindfulness. So if you practice mindfulness, you can stay calm, directed, focused, which then creates the internal environment, which hopefully will be healthy. Without being so bold, may I just say I was impressed by that statement? Crazy, huh? Breadcrumbs and water. And rice. Excuse me. Nice. I see doves and pigeons around here pecking in the grass. So I guess they're just looking for bugs, huh? Right. Yeah, bananas are funny because when you can think about how many bananas a banana tree can produce in one big bunch, and how many can you eat before they go off. You know, if you see how much one banana tree can produce, which can turn into, say, 30 bunches that you would buy in a grocery store. So when you eat one bunch and then maybe two, by that time the rest are gone. They go off so fast once you cut it off the plant. So what I do is I cut it off the plant and give them away, and then people give, I give them and they give me. I haven't for a while, but sometimes you come home, you've been out, and there's a bunch of bananas in a bag hanging on your doorknob. Big business, the farmer now, it's all about getting you on meds. I've got off all my meds now. Type 2 diabetes, taken a few years. Yeah, good idea, Badger. Keep yourself healthy. I'm to look at some property in Bang Nong Mai Kai. Cool. So I think is another Vietnamese cuisine. How popular is this? I don't know anything about Vietnamese food. I've not seen that here, but I'm sure, what is a recipe but a mixture of food, right? Mixture of different ingredients. So corn, kale, you can have chicken, pork, beef, whatever they put in it, fish, shrimp. One thing for sure in Asia, when you look at food, there is a vast variety of foods. In the West you have like a pork chop, mashed potatoes, and carrots. Here you don't get the big lump of meat and the big lump of potatoes and the big lump of something else. It's all done on a small scale and mixed together with different sauces. And one thing I just learned this the other day, in the West, somebody chewing my foot. In the West, we use salt and pepper for everything. Here, they use fish sauce or something like that for everything. Everything gets a fish sauce, or, if you watch some of the videos I've done of showing the guy in Ang Thong cooking my food, they have like powders and potions. But like, I don't know how many different brown sauces and how many different things they put in food. So many different things. So, but tasty. All my life I found food boring until I come here and started eating Asian food. Everything has a taste, Yep, agree, Badger, about that book I told you about. If you're interested, you can find it on Amazon. What your doctor doesn't know about nutrition may be killing you. Very interesting read. It's written by a doctor who learned about nutrition. Colleen's here. Good morning. That is awesome news, Badger. Po noodle soup, basically. Give us a list of things you need and maybe someone surprise you. Kenneth, thank you for asking that. What do I need? What do I need? I don't know what I need. I can show you later on. I can show you a picture. I'm going to go for a little walk here because my bum's getting sore. Ooh. Ooh. I got an itis, but my thing with me because I'll disconnect myself from the internet like I've done before. Ooh. So let's go over into the woods. I have a little walk over here. Shall we? See the woods? See the woods? You see a little bit of the river? I had to move because my bum got sore. This is all the stuff I've been chopping up the other day. We got a couple of banana trees here. I actually got a pineapple bush down here growing in the ground for the first time. See, pineapple, bananas, 2 new bananas, and a papaya. Papayas are easy. You just throw the seeds on the ground and they help themselves. Whew. I had to get up off that bench. My bum got sore. See if I can find some shade to stand in now. That's better. So where do we get to? Give you a list of things. Let me think about it, okay? And I don't like to waste people's time or money. So, cool, they're making some noise over there now. But I'll definitely let you know, okay? Thank you, Kenneth. Love the video that captured the mysterious bird eating the dog food. Yeah. I call it a ghost bird. I'm not sure what the bird is. It's a pretty big brown bird. I would say similar size to a crow. The whole body is brown, but its back tail feather is black, like a greeny black. And they make a sound like a monkey. So kind of and in the early morning you hear them. It's like a spooky sound they make, but interesting. Tinkering is my issue. I'm an engineer, NASA certified machinist. It's all tinkering to me. So that's my challenge. And the money, transfer wisdom, and how to, without losing so much, to I think I did. But I'm sure you can, for a machinist, you can get something. Let your food be thy medicine. Yep, that's it. Well, who said that? Hippocrates. Yep. I'm gonna come out the woods now because I keep disconnecting from internet, and I have my internet right here. So I don't know where I was sitting before. I disconnected twice. I put this up in the tree, and it worked fine. Over here, it disconnected 3 times. Put it back in the tree. Highly technical stuff here. What do you think, everyone? Too technical? Don't fall out that tree now, will you? Live stream in Thailand. Put your Wi-Fi in the tree. Okay, where we got to? Yeah, I mean the only thing, the drill bit adapter for with the magnetic screw holder or drill, Phillips head, etc., etc. If you buy yourself one of those to bring with you, the rest of the stuff you can get for general stuff. But if you have any different projects, that's where it gets complicated. The one thing I'm looking for, there's a plastic things for their end connectors for the 18650 battery. The battery is 3.7 volts, different amps to make a battery pack, and for different reasons, right? And you can buy them online in America and England. But the company, there's a company, I wrote to the company, and the company has an outfit in Malaysia who will send it here, but it costs the same money to ship it here. And it's plastic. I do, come on. So I'm thinking to order it and after them ship it to my mom's house and ask my mom to ship it here and pay her for the shipping. Thanks, see you in the morning. Thank you, doll. Carry, just transfer from your account to a Thai one. Won't have direct over account. Sorry, Mitch, but you can buy it all back. I'm sure. Yep. Hippocrates. Yep. I know. Yes, I would bring them. Hard. Yeah. On Mitch's tools. Any specialist drawing tools, I would bring that with you or send it over. Um, I mean, from what I know now, the specialist things that I could send over, you could fit in a shoebox. Yeah, decade. I understand. You know, when I lived in England, when I finally bought my house, I bought all kinds of tools, gardening tools. I had a lot of electronics tools, tools for computer networking, you know, all kinds of testing tools for networking. I had all that in England. Moved to America, left it all behind. Bought some of that tools again, and many. I told you the story. I bought a van. I was working for other people doing their houses up so I could be free when I didn't have work to do my house, do my house up. And I had a van full of tools and shop tools, all kinds of, all gone. So I understand your pain, Mitch. A small container for 200 pounds. Wow. Yep, basic question, if I may. How do you spend your days retirement in Thailand? Joneser, how do I spend my days? I I like to be here in my garden pottering around, but you can't work all day because it gets too hot. So if I'm in the shade, I can work for a few hours, take a break, a few hours. So I spend a lot of time gardening. You know, you can see what I'm doing here. Turn it into paradise. That's the whole point. Creating my paradise. And if I'm not doing that, I might go to a different mall, have a nose about. Usually don't buy anything anymore. Just have some food, nose around. Don't even drink coffee much anymore. I did yesterday for the first time in months. But, you know, whatever. It's one thing about Thailand, though, you have to remember, or in Asia, it's a lot hotter. So you don't want to be hanging around outside all day. That's the downside. You know, you don't have 4 seasons. You have 3. You have warm, wet, and hot. So if you can cope, then. So most of the time it's gardening, or if I have a project. I used to travel to look at things, but I've traveled so much I don't wander around too much anymore. I'm just happy to be here, happy to be home. I can send it over if you want. Okay, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll take a picture and put the details in the video tomorrow, or I'll put it on my Facebook, Kevin in Paradise. Okay, and I'll show you what I'm showing you. I'll show you what it is I want I'm trying to get hold of. So you know, I'll put it there. If you contact me on my Facebook, then we can talk about. I'll buy it and whatever. We can talk about it later. Thank you so much. Throw it all away and buy it back. Yeah. You can borrow my tools. Sure. I bought a small spanner wrench. You know, one end's open end, the other side's box. And I didn't buy any ratchets forever. And just a couple weeks ago, I needed a ratchet, so I bought a few sockets. So I buy what I need as I do. But now you can buy really nice socket sets here. First time, there's only one place that I know you can buy them. A really nice socket sets, really nice tools. So if you want to buy tools like for mechanic and sort of stuff, I know a shop now that you can buy some really nice stuff. But you can borrow mine, Mitch. No problem. Yeah, hot. Yeah, you know it. Yeah. In the early morning, it's beautiful to be outside. You know when the best time I like? If it rained the night before, Thai people will be very, very quiet. They don't want to move too much. So you can come outside, the birds are singing, and there's no noise in the early morning. Love it. The morning after a rain. Okay, guys, we've been on here 1 hour and almost 40 minutes. I think. So let me say this. My prayer is that everybody who participates in this video will find peace, joy, and kindness. Mindfulness, perhaps we can call it. That you are well, you have plenty to eat, plenty to give away. How about this? That wisdom becomes your best friend and hangs out. With a bucket of wisdom, you can get through anything. Okay? Ready? Whoosh. Okay, guys? Buckets of blessings, peace, joy, and kindness. All the very best. I just come on here today. I thought I wanted to stop in just because people keep asking. I want to say I'm still alive, feeling better today than I did a couple weeks ago. So look after yourselves. All the very best. I want to say thank you to Mitch for being here as a moderator, putting yourself out for me. Thank you so much. Look after yourselves. All the very best. See you guys. Thumbs up if you don't mind on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't. All the very best. Good night.